Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So if you saw a couple weeks ago, I filmed a labor and delivery story, and I will link that down below. I was actually editing it, and it was like long. It was like 20 something minutes. So I'm definitely gonna be doing a part 2, and this part 2 is going to be like a recovery part. So what happened in the hospital after I delivered and kind of like where I am now. She's gonna be 6 weeks this Saturday. When you see this video, I believe you're gonna see it in a week from when I'm filming it now. I will have been 6 weeks when you see this. Anyhow, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, since I've had her, right now I'm at 5 weeks. But I thought I'd still do like a 6-week postpartum update. I don't think too much is gonna change this week. I do have a doctor's appointment, I guess. That's about it with my OB. But anyhow, I'm gonna stop talking about all that now and get into the aftermath part. So I delivered her at 12:03 a.m. and because I had a C-section, which if you haven't seen the first video, maybe you should stop this video and go watch the first one so you can catch yourself up. But I had an emergency C-section, and because of that, I had to stay in the hospital for 48 hours. I don't know if that's just the rule with the hospital I stayed at, or if it's an Ontario thing or a Canadian thing. I'm not 100% sure, but that was what they told us at the hospital. And since I delivered her at 12:03, they weren't going to kick us out at 12:03 like Sunday night, Monday morning kind of thing. So they let us stay till Monday, and we had been there since Thursday night. So by Monday, I was definitely ready to leave. The healing process was definitely tough. So after I delivered her, I didn't do skin to skin. I was so out of it. Well, I wasn't out of it, but I don't remember everything about it. And I do remember them telling me that the medicine they gave me was gonna make me drowsy, and it did. I remember them stitching me up for a little bit, and then the next thing I knew, they were wheeling me into the recovery room. And I remember going into the recovery room and thinking that was an OB triage, because OB triage is like a room with curtains dividing each bed up for each individual patient. So whatever recovery room I was in, that it was like a curtain. So I was confused why they had me back in OB triage, but I wasn't in OB triage. I just thought I was. And I remember looking over and seeing my husband, and he was holding the baby. They tried to do skin to skin, but I was so drowsy that I had to give Richard the baby back. Like, I just couldn't. I was going to fall asleep. So I remember I ended up falling asleep. Next thing I knew, we were in our like post, I don't know what you call it, room, like where we were gonna stay for the rest of our time. And then they tried skin to skin, and I did it at that point. So I really didn't get to have that first bonding time with the baby. Actually, it was my husband who got to do it, and I'm okay with it. I don't have any regrets. I don't wish it was me over him. I don't know, it doesn't bother me at all. I know for some women that probably would have. They would have wanted to be the first one to hold their baby. But I don't know, it never bothered me at all. And she's still like attached to me. She still loves her dad, don't get me wrong, but like I can calm her down like that immediately. Like, if she's fussing and giving my husband a hard time, all I have to do is pick her up and she like instantly stops. So I don't feel like there's no attachment there, or like because of that she, you know, doesn't have that attachment, because she definitely does. There's still that, like, you know, I definitely believe about that, that there's just that scent that they recognize with their mothers. So yeah, I didn't really have that experience. And then as for pain, I definitely was in pain. I don't remember being like in excruciating pain, nothing unbearable, but I definitely was really sore. And they gave me Motrin and Tylenol every 6 hours to help the pain. And I asked them, I was like, do I even have to take this, because it's not helping at all? But it definitely, I realized it was just lowering the pain tolerance. It wasn't getting rid of it, but it was lowering it. And getting in and out of the hospital bed was really hard. My husband was the one to change pretty much all the diapers in the hospital. He was doing everything. When she cried, he would bring her to me so that we could breastfeed. Because it was just too much work for me to get in and out of the bed, and I really didn't sleep that well because of the pain, and because I just couldn't find a comfortable way to sleep. I kind of wish I would have brought my pregnancy pillow, but at the same time, that's like a big item to be carrying in and out of the hospital. I definitely wish I would have brought a pillow from home. I didn't think it was necessary, but I kind of wish I would have, because I have a really nice pillow and I feel like I would have been able to sleep better. Just more pillows in general. So it's something I do wish. I wish I would have at least, brought a pillow. So yeah, it was just, we had a lot of visitors in the hospital, and honestly, because I was staying till Monday, I thought, you know what, if people want to come, go ahead, because we're here. Like, there's nothing else for us to do. We were stuck inside. It's too bad that there's not like a fake yard in our hospital. I don't know. I was like, it'd be so nice for patients to just be able to walk and feel like they're outside without actually being outside. But there isn't, and it was just gloomy. At least we had a window in this room. We didn't have a window in our first room. We had a window in this room, and it was like gloomy the entire time we were at the hospital. So it was kind of nice that it wasn't sunny out, because I feel like I would have just been like sad that everybody was getting to enjoy this beautiful weather but us. So there was that. Yeah, and then so Monday we got to go home. They discharged us. Oh, and also during our stay in the hospital, I forgot to tell you guys about this. She had her hearing test. They weighed her. They checked her for jaundice. They checked her for diabetes. They also gave her, I think it's vitamin K. They gave her as soon as after she was born, and they also put goop in her eyes for some kind of like infection. We also watched a video on purple crying, I believe it's called. It's the shaking baby syndrome. And then we were supposed to watch a video on, I think on nursing and something else, but we ended up not. We also had a lot of students in our room, which I was okay with. They did have like a nurse with them kind of thing, so it wasn't like they were by themselves, but it did make the process a little bit slower, just with the stuff, waiting for them, all that. You know, having their supervisor or whatever check everything over. They also provided us with newborn diapers, Vaseline. They didn't provide wipes. They provided me with adult diapers, which my mom didn't think they did anymore, but they did. So I brought stuff just in case. I was going to bring stuff anyways, and I loved their adult diapers. They were great. What else? Oh, we had a shower in our room, so when they took off, the next day, they took off the stitches, or took off the bandage, and they were terry cloth stitches, so literally they look like the medicine tape that they use on you. And I had to make sure that area was really dry, so something they told us to do was use your blow dryer on cold to blow dry your terry cloth strips, because you need them to be dry before you got dressed after the shower. So I couldn't shower for the first little bit until they took off the terry cloth stitches. So the next day when I was allowed to shower, it felt so good. I literally didn't even really do anything. I just stood in there, and because I didn't think we were gonna stay for as long as we did, I didn't bring any shampoo or anything like that. So we just both ran our head underwater. So I do wish I would have brought it, but it wasn't like the end of the world. Yeah, and then every 3 hours they had somebody coming in to check her heart rate and my blood pressure, and then they would check her temperature and my temperature. While I was also in the hospital, they checked me to see if I had diabetes. What else did they do while we were there? Sure, but it was nice because we never had to leave the room. We never had to go somewhere for an appointment. We got to stay in our room, and they would come right to us to do everything, so that was kind of nice. I'm trying to think if they did anything else, but I can't remember. I think that's everything that happened. And then we had to go back and then when she was 24 hours old, she had a cardiac test done, so something on her heart, which she passed. And I was told that they probably weren't going to have somebody come in when she was 24 hours old, just because she was born at midnight, but somebody did literally at midnight come in and take her away to do her test, and it was so sad because I was like, that's my baby, they're taking away, and I didn't really know what the test was. I just knew it had something to do with her heart, but so I figured it wasn't going to be anything painful. But I feel like I couldn't sleep until she came back, or try to sleep until she came back. What else happened? Did I say they did a hearing test? They did a hearing test. And she passed. So then we came back the following day, and we saw a pediatrician, and at this point they wanted us having a formula to get her weight back up, because they want you to, babies are going to lose weight. It's inevitable just because your colostrum, it's only colostrum for the first couple days. Your milk hasn't come in. So they wanted us to top up formula, which is what we were doing. What else did they do after that? Oh, so then afterwards they weighed her. They weighed her again to see how much she had gone up in weight. And then we had to come back the next day. I can't remember why. But for that first little bit, we saw lactation. Oh, I think it was for the lactation specialist. And to get more blood work done. Or something. What was the blood work done again? I'd have to ask my husband. I'll link it down below. But honestly, I'm like blanking right now what that other was. But we were like pretty much from Thursday to the following Wednesday, we were at the hospital every single day. And I was so done with the hospital. I never want to see the hospital again. Just we've been there so long. And I know so many people have been there longer. Like a week is nothing for some people. But I was definitely like ready to go home. When you're just going to deliver a baby and you end up going for that long, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm done. I'm done with the hospital. So since she's been born, she has had a 10-day appointment, 10-day-old appointment with our family doctor. She doesn't have a pediatrician. There is no health problems with her. She's a healthy baby, so I didn't see the point. And my family doctor has had me since I was a little girl. I saw pediatricians probably until I was like 6. It wasn't very long, and then I've seen her since then. So for her, it's probably crazy that like now she has our little girl. And my husband's doctor moved to Toronto, so he's now with our family doctor, and it just makes everything so much easier when we're all at the same place. So she's had that. She's also had her 1-month-old appointment with her, and her 2-month-old appointment she will be getting her shots. We also had a nurse come in for first-time moms. It's a free service that they offer in Ontario. It's called Healthy Babies, Healthy Children, and they will come in as much as they want. If they feel like they need to come in more, they will. But it's just, they're just checking up on you, asking questions to see if you've got baby blues or anything like that. I never got baby blues at all. What else? And they'll come in as much as you want. We also have Ontario Early Years programs, so it's kind of like childcare, but you stay. Some places they are only open a few days a week, 1 day a week for a couple hours. Some are open like all day, and they provide different programs for different age groups. The one in my town is only like a half day, and they do circle and songs, and there's toys and there's snack time. So definitely when she's older, we will go. And it's also a great way to meet other moms and dads out there that have possibly kids your age. Some people go when they have their second child, their first one's a little bit older. It is more geared to, like, I would say toddler to preschool, not really more newborn, but it's still fun to go, and I think I'll still go when she's older on this maternity leave, because she's still gonna have that time where she enjoys music and sounds, and she's gonna like you know, that cause and effect, like that makes me happy when you do that kind of thing. Like I like when you sing that song, I can clap my hands, things like that, but it won't be till like the end. But I still want to go and check it out, meet other people. What else have we done? I think that's it for like dog swimming, things like that. And then just healing. I would say by day 4 of having her, I was feeling like pretty much good. Like I asked me the day after, I was like not ready, not wanting to have kids after that. Oh my gosh. Because they say it takes 4 to 6 weeks to heal. They don't want you to lift anything heavier than your baby. They don't want you driving. But I'd say by day 4, I was not taking my meds as much, and like I never even finished mine. By day 10, I'd say by a week I'd stopped taking my ibuprofen. When I got home from the hospital, they had prescribed me with ibuprofen, morphine, and stool softeners because morphine can constipate you. So when I found that out, I was like, nope, I'm just gonna take the ibuprofen with food. And like every 6 hours they were coming in to like give me my medicine. So we left and we were coming home around 12, which is when I needed to take my like next set of pills. And we had to go to the pharmacy to get them. We didn't have any prescriptions on us, and oh my gosh, the pain was crazy. I get why they gave it to us, because not having it was even more painful. But it was hard. Like I remember coming home and the roads were kind of bumpy, and it was like, oh my gosh, like it was not pleasant at all. But I am feeling so much better. It's still kind of like tender down there to touch. It's not like painful, but it is still like, I'd say 2 or 3 out of 10. to check my scar, like, and kind of press on my belly, but nothing like crazy. And yeah, I think that's everything for this video. I think that's everything I need to say. I can't think of anything else that I can think of. I might do another one in the future, maybe like a 6-month update. I am back to my regular size. I think by week 2 or 3 I was back to my like usual weight. I was actually surprised at how fast I slimmed down. I didn't think that was going to be possible at all, or I didn't think it was going to happen that fast. I definitely can't fit into any of my old pants or shorts. My hips are, you know, widen out, and so they just don't fit me right now. Maybe in the future they will, but for now I am sticking to my maternity shorts. I'm definitely glad I picked some up. In November we had a trip, we went to Hawaii, so I had picked some up for that trip because at that point I was like 16, 17 weeks pregnant, and my jeans were just, my shorts were just starting to like feel snug on me, and I wanted to be comfortable on our trip. So I still wore some, but I also brought some maternity shorts, and I've been wearing them now. So I'm definitely glad I picked some up in November because it was A, cheaper, and B, I can use them now. I didn't need to use them at all during my pregnancy just for Hawaii, but the rest I was able to get away with pants just because it was still cooler out. I had her at the beginning of May, or mid-May I guess you could say, but it was just starting to warm up. So I'm definitely glad I have them now for the summer. I've also been wearing maxi skirts. That's been helping, and then just pairing with like a nursing tank top because that's important for me too. I need shirts that are easy, accessible for nursing. Like this one has a zipper, and I'm wearing a nursing tank top underneath, so that's nice. Anything with buttons, just things like that, where I don't have to spend a lot of clothes on like nursing tops, but yeah, this will do kind of thing. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing more newborn related stuff. I want to do like a newborn favorites, postpartum favorites, things like that, just things I wish I brought to the hospital, didn't bring to the hospital, all that sorts of stuff. So I'm so excited to share my journey with you guys, and kind of what's been working for me and what hasn't been working for me, and updates and all that fun stuff. And yeah, I will see you on Wednesday for another cleaning and organization video, and Friday, you know, Fridays are always random, so you never know what you're gonna get. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!